Hello and welcome. We got some exciting news that involves some combat and cycling. I'm Boom Gonzalez.
And I'm Dip Dipianco. National University dominated the UAAP Taekwondo and Poomsae events, and they're here on the show to talk about how exactly they did it. This is Starting Lineup.
Dancing, swaying, shooting.
Puts a long palm and hits a nice attacker three. And then again.
Poomsae tosses to Netura.
Luzon is back on top of the podium in the UAAP Taekwondo tournament after a dominant sweep in both the men's and women's events. And here to represent National University are the champs. That's Kenneth Buenavides, Rahani Santos, and Coach Kaloy Padilla. Congratulations. Welcome to the show. Thank you very much for making it. I know, kumbaga, you're still on a high kasi recently lang, Coach. I want to go back with a little bit of history bago natin puntahan yung the championship now. Because it's been a while since the sweep also for NU, it was pre-pandemic, if I'm not mistaken, which you were already a part of. So tell me what has happened to the program, I guess, in the difference in the last few years. Why have you not been able to do the same thing? And then, diba, you produced that sweep this year. Was there a different challenge through the pandemic and after the pandemic, Coach Kaloy?
Lahat naman every year, every season, every season, grabe talaga laging adjustment. Lalo na this season na nag-change yung system na gagamitin namin. So, yung ginawa lang namin talaga is aralin yung bagong system, yung mga bagong rule. So, kaya siguro lahat naman ng mga players namin, lahat ng mga bata, very cooperative sila sa lahat ng training. So, siguro kaya nakuha ulit namin yung championship.
The last few years ba have been a bit of a challenge? Or how would you describe it as a coach?
Siguro, every year naman is a challenge.
Of course.
So, it's a challenge talaga. So, kahit lahat ng school gusto mag-champion So, siguro, kung sino na lang talaga siguro yung mas gusto kasi kung training din. Kasi before, nung nasa national team, coach ako. So, ganun lang din. So, parang same yung program, same yung training. So, siguro, kung sino lang talaga yung may gusto.
Alright, if we may ask though, Rahani, I mean, this competition was supposed to be back in October. And then it got moved to April. May we know ano ba yung naging reason, or is it just a schedule conflict kaya nila inusog to April?
Or, ang maganda ring tanong, paano yung naka-apekto sa inyo? Yung pag-urong from October to April?
So para po sa akin, mas okay po siya kasi mas mahaba po yung preparation po namin. Kasi sobrang dami din po namin pinag-a-adjust po, like po sa mga sipa po namin, tsaka sa endurance din po namin. Tapos ang pinakamahalaga po sa amin is yung weight po namin. Kasi meron po kami na by category po. So meron po kaming mga ka-teammate po, mga nag-lose weight po 10 kilos, 5 kilos, mga ganun po. Kaya po, mas okay po sa amin na mas malayo pa po yung po na game.
Mas mahaba yung oras. How about for you, Kenneth? Did that help you, or mas naging challenging for you yung ganung extended time?
I think it helped. I think it helped all of us because even if it was in October, I think we were all ready. But the extended time just gave us time to get stronger and everything. And I think also as a team, we all got closer as well.
Yeah.
You had experience with the SEA Games, right? If I'm not mistaken, how much of that also contributed to you personally, individually?
I definitely had a lot of confidence coming into the season, and I think since I was able to get the exposure to SEA Games, I wanted to help my teammates and all of us just achieve the championship as well. So.
Coach, I'm curious because obviously the competition is 4 days, and it happened this week. What does it look like from a year-round basis for you guys preparing for something like this? What kind of process do you go through, or training for that matter?
Before kasi, yung tournament style namin is a team competition.
Okay.
So now it's an individual game. So before, pag sa team competition, parang you need lang na mapasok ko ng 4 bago manalo yung team nyo. Sa ngayon kasi it's an individual game. So it's a knockout system.
Yes.
So pag matalo ka na, tapos na. So kami, nag-adjust kami ulit doon. So we exposed our team sa mga different tournaments.
Yon, throughout the year.
Throughout the year.
Dahil marami kang hinahawakan, di ba? You said, how many? 30 plus ba? Something like that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, look at those pictures here, Rahani. Looking good with the trophy. Go ahead, Coach.
So, ang laking help yung pag-expose. Kasi dun mo mga adjustment namin, even sa bagong system na gamit na mga armor sa armor. So, we tried joining yung mga tournament kahit sa very like local lang. So yun.
So all year yan?
Yes, all year po.
Na-maintain nyo naman at na yung
Yes po.
yung level, kumbaga.
Lalo na yung malaking bagay na na-move siya sa April. Kasi usually October kami. It's like
isa
first
pa yun,
semester.
May mental kayo. No? Sige nga, explain, Coach.
Sa akin naman, yung team ko naman, lagi ko naman nire-ready yan kahit may weight requirement pa. So, kung alam naman namin yung schedule, alam namin kung kailan kami magka-cut ng weight. So, kailangan kasi yung mga bata ready sila lahat eh. Kasi ang hirap ng nagka-cut ka ng weight. Lalo na makaka-affect sa performance mo. Kung, like sinabi niya kanina, ang laki ng kilos na tinatanggal nila.
Yep.
Pero hindi kasi abrupt yun eh. Kailangan gradual. Kailangan nakaprocess lagi. Kailangan hindi pwedeng nagka-cut ka na like hindi ka kumakain. So sila kasi required silang mag-complete meal in a day. So they need to eat breakfast, they need to eat their snacks, lunch, or dinner. Pero may bawas. So kailangan lang ng control. So yung maganda doon na na-move sa April kasi nagbago yung system na gagamitin namin. Na like the LPSS system. Before kasi we used the KPNP system for scoring. So now they changed it to LPSS
So
system.
nakapag-adjust kayo,
So
basically.
nakapag-adjust kami. So we have enough time. We joined tournament using the LPSS system. So ang laking tulong talaga nun.
Yeah.
So yun po.
Yeah, Rahani, with all the adjustments and preparations, you guys were already built for battle. So pag-usapan natin yung mismong doon na sa championship halos, yung UST, may signs of them catching up before
UP pa, di ba?
UP yung kinalaban mo, you
Oh.
secured the gold. But can you tell us about that whole thing na yung pang back-to-back titles niyo? Ano yung nangyayari dun sa laban mo against UP and what was going through your mind to capture another
And
gold
then eventually
for
UST.
NU?
Yeah. Kwentuhan mo kami.
Para po sa akin, malaki po yung na-pressure po talaga kasi nga po, dahil nga po kasi na finals na po yun, sobrang ingay po, tapos isa lang po kasi yung court. So, lahat din po, nag-cheer din po sa amin. Even po yung FEU, tapos din po, yung Lasal din po, nag-cheer din po na na for NU, ganon. Tapos po, kahit ano po na mangyari, dapat lang po talaga po, na makinig lang po sa coaches. Kasi yung coach lang po kasi yung pong nakakaalam po ng skills po kasi ng
Nahirapan ka ba? Doon sa UST, kasi yung UP medyo dominant yung score. Pero doon sa UST, was there, confident ka ba na ikaw ang makakapanalo nun?
UP po yung nakalaban ko. So,
Okay. Yeah.
hindi po. Kasi doon po sa second round po, medyo po nararatal na ako kasi sobrang dami po kasing nag-cheer. Tapos, hindi ko po alam kung paano po ako mag-move forward kung magdedepensa po ba ako or sisipan na po ba ako agad. So,
And
yun.
yet, gold pa rin.
Yeah.
Nahiya pa siya.
Oo nga
Nahiya pa siya magyabang ginawa.
Pero nakita natin yung picture, di ba?
Yes,
So, niya. Kenneth,
Kenneth, a different road,
I
right?
know, it was more of a tight do or die for the gold. But I wanted to ask also, similar to Rahani, does that stuff get to you? I mean, you've had international experience,
Yeah.
but yung ingay, I mean, the cheering of the crowds, does that come into play, or are you super locked in that you don't even hear that stuff outside of the match?
During the match, I'm usually locked in, but
Okay.
I can still hear the crowd and everything. And for me, I like hearing how everyone's cheering because I feel like it just gives me a boost, and it's also like knowing that there's people here supporting me it also makes me want it even more.
What was the difference in the do or die match for you? What gave you that victory, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I think I just wanted it more. I think we, as a team, we all wanted it more. So that's what stood out.
Coach, what's next? Since as a last say for this, first of all, congratulations for the win. What's next for you guys? And I know your goal is to maintain this level from the younger ones to now.
Sa ngayon muna, no, rest muna, recover muna yung...
Gano'ng katagal yan, yung ganyang proseso?
1 week.
1 week na. Kaya pala natatawa si Rahani. 1 week lang ang pahinga.
Kasi meron kaming upcoming tournament this coming June 6. So we have the Philippine Taekwondo League.
Nice.
So pahinga muna kung ano mga injuries meron nila, ma-recover muna yung body nila.
And then yun ang next.
Yes po.
And buong taon na naman na iikutan niya yan para maka-defend ng title.
And
because that is the
yung
goal.
mga tournament na sasalihan namin starting Philippine Taekwondo League, ito na naman ulit yung preparation namin for the next
All
season.
the UAAP, alright. Na hopefully ma-sweep nyo na naman ulit.
Sana po. That's the goal now.
Yes, that's the goal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you
Salamat
very
po.
much for being with us here tonight and the Taekwondo champs.
Thank you so much. And we got the champs in Poomsae coming up next, so stay tuned. You're watching Starting Lineup. Welcome back to Starting Lineup. We're still with some champions from the National University, but this time is for the UAAP Poomsae tournament. And here to give us a glimpse of what it took to get the gold are the champs, Ian Corton, Carl Ong, and Asia Oglayan. Guys, welcome to the show.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Gusto ko yung naghahanda sila bago yung interview, parang lalaban sila.
Oo nga eh. Paano yun? Sample nga ulit yung ginagawa niya.
Parang,
Fighting!
May ganun.
parang mapapalaban yata sila ngayong gabi. Well, congratulations because not only do we have the captain, we have a co-captain, we have the MVP, tama?
Yes,
And we also have a co-rookies of the year. Woo! So grabe yung couch natin.
Yeah,
Medyo
and daming
mabigat.
awards. Mabigat yung medals. Ian, let's ask you first, no? I mean, the biggest news coming into this tournament siguro was UST gunning for a three-peat, right?
Yes po.
And I want to ask you first, how did you like your chances papasok sa tournament na to, knowing na ito yung defending champions? Did you feel like kayang-kaya yung makuha yung title from them this season?
Actually, sir, since this is my third season, and then going for the three-peat, especially in my third season, I know that they are a good contender for this tournament. But it actually started last season where we had the first runner-up.
Yeah.
They were just lamang lang po sila ng isang goal within us, which really
Na-boost ka.
yeah,
Parang
yes po.
ganun, oh.
Kasi last season I was individual gold medal and and the team event I was silver medal. But this time around, getting the lessons from that tournament and using that as fuel and motivation to really train well for those last 2 years because that was 2024. It really helped me to really continue training and uplift the team every day at training and really focusing on the process, which led us to owning the tournament, especially at the last event, which is the team
The
event.
last one, ano?
Yes. And comparing my mindset from before last season, I was really tense back then. But because now, I know I put in the work, we owned it, and we really prepared for it. And having the same forms, same routine to do in the finals during the last last season, I said, mas kaya. And we just believe in each other, in the whole team, and of course our coach. And we performed as if we really owned it.
Yeah.
And so na-witness niya, Dip, yung first 2 years.
Yeah.
So may
Yes.
motivation siya. But in the case, obviously, of Asia and Carl, rookies, right? So you don't have that parang natin sabihin, parang baggage of the last 2 years. You're coming in very fresh, no? So Asia, yun ang gusto kong malaman. Level of confidence going into the tournament because it's a one-day competition. Ano yung level ng confidence knowing wala kayong experience ng katulad ni Ian, no? And Carl, ganun na rin ang tanong namin sa'yo. Go ahead, Asia.
For me naman po, I think I was just getting my confidence from the training I had and the competitions we had beforehand. I would say marami rin naman po akong exposures from the past, but iba pa rin po kasi talaga yung bigat nung UAAP. And I really felt na it's a big parang competition for me. And not only for me, kasi I'm carrying a team.
Of course.
Unlike before.
Kita natin yung mga ibang pictures of you. Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
And ano rin po kasi, I currently have an injury. I'm nursing an
During
injury.
the competition,
Yes,
you had
po.
the injury.
Kaya I really don't have that peak confidence as much as I had before. Kaya medyo mas mahirap po siya sa akin. But thankfully, I have my coaches, my teammates, my families. And they were the one who's uplifting me until the day I go in that match. Po.
Same question na rin.
Yeah.
Di, para kay Carl, yung going into the competition, you don't have the experience that Ian does or had. Ano naman ang mindset, level of confidence for you?
For me naman po, as a newcomer sa game na to na UAAP, it is really, I feel so, kinakabahan. Kasi po, beginner lang po ako. Wala po ako masyadong, experience sa UAAP. So, for me po, yung confidence ko po noon, medyo hindi pa po siya totally 100%. But I trust po sa training ko po, sa coach ko, and sa mga teammates ko. Yun yung nagbigay sa akin ng motivation na mas gagalingan ko pa sa competition na to. And luckily po, nakuha namin yung champion this season.
I don't think
which
luck
is-
has anything to do
Yeah.
with that. I think skills and
Yes
your
po.
training.
No, but speaking of pressure, I mean, nung nakita nyo na yung score ng USC na mataas din, diba? 9.13.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looked like they were gonna clinch the
Oh.
goal. Lalo ka bang kinabahan or was it more of like motivation na, no, Ian, mas gagalingan natin dito for us to get the gold from them? Ano yung, kumbaga, when you saw that score right before you guys performed, ano yung tumatakbo sa isip mo?
During that time po, tumatakbo sa isip ko po is mas gagalingan ko pa. Like parang before po kasi ng team namin, nag-pair po kasi muna ako.
Yeah.
And yung time po na yun, nag-bronze po kami. And in that moment po, nagbigay po siya sa akin ng momentum na one event na lang, last push na lang. And during that last event po, parang kinakabahan kasi sa amin na po nakatutok lahat yung
course,
crowd.
yeah.
And tahimik na po. And sa amin nakasalala if ever magcha-champion
Yeah.
pa kami or magsa-second runner-up. And I feel na amin na to. Kasi po, I trust with my teammates, Kuya Ian and Kuya Sean. Lagi ko po silang kasama sa training, sa hirap, sa pagod. And yun po yung naging sign ko na amin to. We claim it.
Ian, okay, take me back to that. Tama si Dip, no? Yun yung score, nakita nyo. That puts more pressure, di ba? Mataas yung score na yun. Knowing that they're going for a three-peat, nandun yung narrative, nandun yung kwento. What is your mindset naman ikaw? And what did it take for you to get the 9.2 or
9.21, yeah.
Oh, no. What did it take for you guys to get that better score?
Actually, sir, before our final performance,
Yes.
our coach, one of our coach Aljon,
Coach
told
Aljon,
us that, I remember it so vividly, he told us that
Malapit lang.
if
Yeah.
kung gusto niyo mag-champion, kailangan natin makuha to. Kung hindi, ganun ulit last season, yung resulta.
Right.
And that really hit me because I know for myself na we've been preparing for this 2 years and we've been practicing this lineup for 6 months already. So we've been really get to know each other and really put the time and effort to really sync as a team.
Right.
And with that, when we got onto the stage and telling them to relax because they were a little bit tense
syempre.
on the prelims
Syempre.
because of the pressure. But I said, trust me, relax. breathe. We can do this. Just best performance, one movement at a time. Entrance, walk, chariot yun the bowing, and the breathing. Just one step at a time. Focus on the present moment.
Yeah.
We got this.
Pwede ko ba i-hire si Ian na parang life coach ko or personal coach ko?
Pwede
parang
po.
gusto ko lumaban ngayon sa sport na hindi ko naiintindihan.
Na-inspire ka.
Oo,
no?
kahit na ano yung trabaho ko, parang gusto kong... No, I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm actually praising you because of your maturity, which I suppose is hardened by the experience that you've had in the previous 2 years. Tanungin natin si Asia.
I mean, that's a different type of focus, Asia. I mean, I'm curious kasi we also asked kanina, di ba, sa Kyorugi, ibang klaseng focus. They get hype pag nag-cheer. Combat yan. Kayo, performance. And it's easy to get distracted, di ba?
They have to be synced. Yun nga yun.
I've watched Poomsae before live and, you know, we can easily get distracted with a noise pag mawala ka. But given what Ian said, how do you apply that din sa inyo mismo kapag it's easy to say yes, stay in focus, but when you're there, what happens exactly?
For me po, parang na-hype ako before I go in. But whenever I step in the mat, parang wala na nakafocus na lang ako sa gagawin ko. Tapos parang wala na po akong naririnig around. I'm just focusing on what I need to do, one at a time, and mindset na lang talaga yung labanan when you're in the mats already. Kasi yung training, everyone was training already.
Siyempre.
Everyone had their training. Whole month, whole year, everyone was training. It's more of who wants it more in that time.
Yeah, in one day. One day. That's why the pressure is really on. Okay, as a last question, Ian, congratulations on the MVP and of course your co-Rookie of the Year awards. How do you maintain this level going into next year? Siyempre, now, you have the target.
Yes.
Diba? Kayo yung hunters Ikaw, hunter ka for the last 2 years. So how do you approach next year knowing that the target is on your back now?
I think in our team, we just have to consistently train. And of course...
All year yan pa rin?
Yes po.
Wow.
And we don't stop training po kasi. And of course, set the bar high in the training and just don't forget also to enjoy. Because once we enjoy what we're doing, we get better and we get fulfilled every performance po. And that's, I think, is what I want to instill it to all of my teammates moving forward po.
Bigyan mo ako ng rate card mo, Ian, para
Yes po.
malaman ko paano kong babayaran ko dito dahil... No, but you know, I joke, but you'll be a great coach someday.
No,
That's for sure.
Yeah, I
No
agree.
question
Totally
about
agree.
it.
Thank you po.
Congratulations to the three of you, the school. You guys are on a roll. So for taking the championship and well, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see you again here next year on the couch.
Congrats,
Yes,
guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, stay
Thank you
tuned.
po.
You're still watching Starting Lineup. Exciting news for cycling fans as the MPTC Tour of Luzon 2026 is officially in full swing. The tournament started Monday with its opening ceremony and team presentation in Casobe, Calatagan. 13 teams will be participating in this historic one-of-a-kind race, which will include 6 foreign and 7 local teams.
The MPTC Tour of Luzon 2026 will hold its much-awaited 14-stage race dubbed a Heritage in Motion for elite cyclists across the globe. The official start of the race is happening on April 29 tomorrow in Casubi in Calatagan, Batangas, with a grand finish in the chilly Tagaytay City. And that's it for today.
Sounds fun.
Gonna
I was
be
gonna
fun.
say, And that's massive. That's like 14 days. No?
Big event. That's
okay.
something to watch out for. And that's it for the show. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dip Dip Yang.
I'm Boom Gonzalez. This has been Starting Lineup.